Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for sticking around. Today I'm going to go ahead and do an unboxing and installation of the ArcTerminator EKP plug and play cooler kit. It is not a sponsored video. I bought this myself and I'm going to go ahead and install it on my car. So stick around, let's see how it goes. So why would you want one of these coolers for your EKPS module? So first of all, what is the EKPS module? It is the in-tank, so the low pressure fuel pump control module. And it is, so the fuel pump in modern BMWs is not a direct voltage from the battery like the older cars used to be. This is actually a module that controls the voltage going to the pump to therefore regulate how much pressure it's putting out. And it's constantly varying based on demands. And what happens is that when you are pushing the envelope of the vehicle, such as with added boost, it just varies, but anyway. So my car does not have any issues right now with the EKP. However, with the turbo that's coming, I may run into issues, and that's the thing. I don't want to run into issues. So what ends up happening is that the EKPS has an operating range, and when you have a high demand on fueling, such as when you have a big turbo and you're tuned for it, it'll actually overheat. And what it'll do is that it'll leave you stranded on the side of the road. And what a lot of people do, they'll just go ahead and turn the ignition off, wait like 10-15 minutes for the module to cool down, and then go ahead and turn it back on, and they're back on the road until the next time it overheats and they have to repeat. Very annoying. Now you can get upgraded EKPSs from different manufacturers. I think Precision Works does it, and I don't know who else does, but they're pretty expensive, in the hundreds of dollars. And I don't feel like spending that kind of money. I don't see a reason why if I don't have to, so I want to try this. So I got this ArcTerminator cooler kit for about $30 plus shipping. I mean, at the price, I can't complain. Like, there's actually been people online that will go ahead and rig up the cooling fans from their video cards from their computer, and they'll have them, they'll use that to cool the EKPSs on their car. And what it does is that it actually raises the threshold in which the EKPS will actually begin to act up, which is the idea here. So I initially had this old MSI that the card itself was crapped out. So you see, but all I have now is just the heat sink, but the fans always worked. So I was gonna go ahead and rig this up, but then I came across this ArcTerminator kit on Instagram, and I was like, you know what? For the price, let me give it a shot. It'll actually be easier than rigging up that, considering that this one from ArcTerminator is actually made for my EKPS. For 30 bucks, I can't complain. So let's give it a shot. Let's unbox this. Let's take a look at it. All right, guys, I just want to make it clear again that I bought this with my own money. It is not a sponsored video, okay? So here's the old plan to go ahead and rig these up into my existing EKPS. We're not going to do that. So this is, I guess I can keep it. The fans are still good.
So here's the box. Let's see what's in it.
All right. Here's my invoice. Don't need to see that. But here you go. Oh, we got instructions. And color. Hey, you know what? I'll give them points for that. All right. Sorry, garage door is open. All right, so it comes in a static bag.
So what do we have here?
So heat sinks, zip ties, and the heat sinks have double-sided tape on them already. I'm guessing that's probably with thermal tape, my assumption. Anyway, so this is the fan. Check out this little blower thing. It's pretty cool. So that there is going to draw air from here. It's going to spin up, and it's going to blow it out here. But anyway, yeah, check this out. It comes with its own harness, and it's got its own connector, and it is a fused connection there. That is a fuse right there. Looks like it's a 2 amp fuse. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so this draws energy. It's probably gonna have to hook it up to the rear distribution box over on the rear passenger side. And then, oh, this is sweet. All right, let's go ahead and take the factory EKPS out of my car, and then we'll bring it back in here. We'll follow the instructions. First, we're going to go ahead and remove this black casing from the EKP, and then we are going to adhere these heat sinks into the necessary parts inside. So you see large, medium, and small once we open it up. Once those heat sinks are in, and it's cool because they even provide you with a little alcohol wipe to clean the surface before. Once that's in, we go ahead and basically the black casing on it, we're going to replace that with this blower unit cover. And it's pretty cool. Look at that. It even comes with its own grounding point, which the instructions say that you just go ahead and use any point around the EKP. Even the mounting studs for the EKP will work just fine for it. And then you have this long stretch. This is what actually goes into the distribution block on the passenger side. So we'll get to this one in a second. Let's go ahead and open this up now and put the heat sinks in. All right, so that was pretty easy. So cover is off. There we go. And then we're gonna go ahead and clean the surfaces that we need to do. It looks like here's our stuff right there. So if you're looking at the instructions, we gotta go put the small heatsink here, the medium one here, and the large one here. Look at the heat sinks here. So they're all sitting nice over the chips that get hot. So these are the chips that actually regulate the voltage going to your low pressure fuel pump. And they're the ones that will overheat and basically put your car into limp mode. So by adding these heat sinks and that fan, it should raise that threshold. Anywho, so guys, if you notice, obviously this is hot pink, and I decided to go for it, for this hot pink one, because they have two options. You can get the black casing or you can get the pink one. And basically the pink one is the same price, but what ArcTerminator is doing is that they're actually sending 10% of the proceeds of the pink one towards breast cancer research. So I was like, you know what? It's the same price. Even if it was a little more, I would still pay it because it's a good cause. So let's go ahead and slap this on. Unfortunately, we know too many people have been affected by this horrible disease. So anything you can do to help, man, like go for it. Come on. But you see how nice everything fits in there. Like it's a very well made piece. Obviously 3D printed, but like it's solid, and this doesn't see any pressure. So perfect. Let's go ahead. Come on. Come on. There we go. All snapped in, all in the groove, sitting nice and even. Look at that. All right, so let's move over to the trunk. Let's find the ground, and let's go ahead and find the power in the distribution box. All right, so I'm sorry if it echoes a little bit, guys, but I am inside the trunk. I got you guys inside the trunk. Let me rephrase that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead now and mount the EKPS. I'm basically gonna go ahead and just put this at the bottom, sandwich it, so that way the ground is actually sitting up against the body. So let's go ahead and put the ground in first. Pull this big old battery cable out the way. Alright, so now it's sitting there correctly. So let's just go ahead and put that in. Alright, so we got one in. There you go. I'm just gonna go ahead and make it a little snug, that's all. Done. And done. Alright, so the ground is in. Now we're gonna go ahead and run the power cable from here into the distribution box over here. Okay, so I went ahead and ran the power wire up along this side here, and then it's coming up here. Here we go. So now I need to go ahead and find the terminal that we need to tap into. Okay guys, so after probing around with my multimeter, I was able to find that the fuse for the cigarette lighter connector here, which is what they ultimately want us to use, is actually goes right at this corner right here. It's directly below There you go, see some light there. Right to the left of the yellow 20 amp, there's actually a 15 amp fuse right there, directly under this relay. And that's the relay, that's the fuse that powers this circuit. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap into that one. And for the record, that is fuse number 147. All right, so got the fuse here. Instructions say to go ahead and put it in the additional spot of their connector here. So you already have a 2 amp fuse, which I believe is the circuit, the fuse to protect the circuit of the fan. And then this one here is actually gonna be the one for the cigarette lighter. It's gonna go right next to it there. Squeeze it in there. There we go. So now we're gonna go ahead and pop it back in place. And there's plenty of space because obviously the head comes out that way. Look at that. I got all that empty space right next to it. There we go. Sorry, bus. And with that, let me bring you a little closer so you can actually hear it. But there it is. The fan is going. And ignition is currently on right now. So this obviously being the same circuit as this is a time delay circuit. So once ignition is off, this will actually stay on for I think it's like 5 minutes after ignition off, then it shuts off. So I should not drain my battery. So I'm happy. This is done, guys. Okay, so I got all the excess wiring that's gonna stay down here. So you see I routed it through here. It's gonna be, come on. Ah, there we go. We're gonna put it right here behind this notch, like that. I ran it under this plastic tray, and it just comes right up right there, right into it. So I can still access it from here once the cover is back in place. Guys, do you hear it? I'll try to bring it closer. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, it's pretty loud once the garage door is closed. Overall, I'm very happy with this ArcTerminator EKPS plug and play cooler kit. It really worked great. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely happy with it. And position 147 is the 15 amp fuse for the trunk mounted 12 volt outlet. And that's what this is running on. That's what my valved mufflers are running off of. And yeah, it works just fine. It is on a different time delay. So every cigarette lighter in the car has a different time delay on it. So as long as you don't mess with the doors or start unlocking stuff, because every time you do that, it will restart the counter. But overall, it's been great. I'm happy with it. Again, I don't have any existing problems with my EKP, but I know that with the loads that are coming with the bigger turbo, yeah, I will definitely be pushing that factory one, and I just didn't want it to get to the point that I'm halfway through a log, and then boom, drivetrain malfunction. Now I'm stuck on the side of the road. So at least now with this, it buys me that headroom that I don't have to worry about it. And honestly, for my goals, I think that this will be enough. We'll see. We'll figure it out when we get there, guys. Well, thank you guys so much. I hope you liked it. I hope it was very informative. If you did find that it was useful to you, go ahead and please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you guys so much, and stick around because I got more stuff coming your way. Oh yeah. Oh, wait. It turned off. Nice. See, there's your proof. That outlet, I'm sorry, that position number 147 is a switched time delay outlet. So there you go, nice and quiet, huh? You hear that? You hear that? Exactly, because it's off. There you go. Y'all have a good one.